live there, live here. We're live everywhere. Good afternoon. This is Roman Shersher, your number one online resource for buying property, with this week's weekly update for known as the Buy, Invest, Sell update, a broker's formula for real estate success. End of February, guys. I can't believe it. We're already 2 months into February, into 2026. We're about to go into March. A whole quarter is going to be done in a month. We're going to be talking about a lot of good stuff today. Number one is California's January numbers came in softer, but pending sales spiked hard. Talk about that for a minute. We'll talk about what that means going into spring. Then we'll tie it into the SoCal sales slump chart. You got to see this chart. It really puts things into perspective. And then I'm going to hit a big Florida headline. Lawmakers are fast-tracking a plan that would cut primary home property taxes in half or more even, depending on where you live, starting next year. I mean, talk about fast-tracking. And finally, we'll wrap it up with a little bit of mortgage news as to where we are. All right? Please, guys, remember, if you like this video, hit the share button, share it on social, share it with your friends and family, get the word out. And send it out to your friends and family. Our views are going up. This information that tells me that is valuable, and we are happy to provide it to you. We give you raw data to see exactly what's happening in the market. So many people at the beginning of this downturn told me, that's it. It's going to drop. It's going to be bigger than 2008. You're going to lose half of our value. Not the case. We've been going up, 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 up. This year, we see a little bit of a dip. I'll show you exactly how big of a dip that is in just a second. Remember, head over to your Facebook or YouTube after this to see the actual links and slides of the raw data that I'm giving you in these updates. All right, current projects we have in Jacksonville. We're in escrow to buy 2 properties. The property we came to market with named Genewood. We came to the market. They're saying that there's a sales slump in Florida. I'm not seeing it in Jacksonville. That property came to market. We had multiple offers in the first weekend. We went right into escrow, scheduled to close in a week or two. We're buying 2 more in Jacksonville. Hello, the lovely Liana.
Hello, everybody.
We're buying 2 more in Jacksonville, and we got a rental that we're coming to market with, and we have a renovation that we're going to be coming to market with at the end of mid-March, in about 2 weeks. We're getting final sign-off on the electrical permit today. Should be today. All right, exciting news. Liana, the lovely Liana, tell us our city of the week for our city spotlight.
So this week, our neighborhood spotlight is going to be Culver City. Okay. It's lately been one of our favorite spots to go and take our out-of-town friends to, and in-town friends, being tourists in our own city. Culver City's been great. Quick history first, as always. Culver City was founded in 1917 by Harry Culver, and it quickly became a film production hub. Studios like Sony Picture Studios, formerly MGM, have called Culver City home for decades. So this area has always been deeply connected to the entertainment industry.
Sony Studios is there too.
Yeah, and in recent years, companies like Amazon and Apple TV and other major tech and media companies have also opened their offices here. So it's brought a new wave of professionals and tech, and really energized the housing market as well. Speaking of my favorite part of the neighborhood spotlight, food, restaurant, food scene. So the Culver Steps is the area of downtown Culver City, have been completely transformed. You can just go have a coffee, ice cream, sit on the steps, do some work, great date spot, and just hang out there. But around that Culver Steps downtown area, there is one of my favorite restaurants of all time. It's a hand roll bar. It is the only hand roll bar that made it on my personal list of top 10 best sushi spots in LA. It's called You Know Me Hand Roll.
My mouth is watering just thinking about it.
Yes, it's actually it's the only location of You Know Me that has an outdoor patio area as well, where they serve rolls and nigiri, because all the other locations is just a bar inside. So You Know Me is the best hand roll bar there, as well as the Capitol Grill. If you're looking for something more upscale, business dinners, celebrations, Capitol Grill is right there above the Culver steps. And nearby you have other stuff like Mendocino Farms and a great ramen spot as well. And lastly, one of our favorite spots to take friends to for a date night is the Citizen Public Market. It's not your average food hall. It's a fancy food court, as we like to call it.
Yeah, very cool spot.
And basically just go pick out your food, and then there's comedy shows outside on the patio. There's a rooftop bar. So it basically is a mini downtown. Much cleaner. Love it there. So definitely check out Culver City.
More local. I mean, everybody walks all around there. You have a lot of dog walking. You see a lot of really the locals really enjoy the area there. Really cool place to hang out. And if you're not from there and you're in the area, definitely stop by. Also, one of my favorite spots after we're done with all of this yummy goodness is getting a little bit of ice cream at Salt and Straw right across the street.
Yes, very unique flavors there, seasonal flavors. So
awesome.
That's the neighborhood spotlight for today. I'll let Roman get into the real estate news.
All right, let's get back to our real estate data. Awesome. Let's talk about what happened in the January home sales market here in California. So California sales have fallen significantly from month to month. They fell nearly 11%, 10.8% just from December, and they're down again this year, 1.3% from 260,000 in January 2025. Now, I'll give you a statistic in just a minute to show you exactly what that means. But the real estate market, I've been talking about this for months, is anemic. Our sales volume has fallen off the cliff. People are not buying. Buyers are sitting on the fence, and that's causing even a lot of listings to delist. A lot of sellers are coming saying, hey, I have a ton of equity here. I either I get my price or I'm not going to sell it. And the buyers are like, hey, I want $200,000. I want 20% off of your list price. Like, you know what? No, we're going to just take it off the market, and we're going to either hold on to it or we're going to lease it. Our leasing business has jumped significantly as a result, because a lot of people are saying, hey, I'm not, it's very slow. Buyers are very picky. They want too much. They want too much off, and they want me to pay for everything plus pay for their loan to come down. I'm not doing it. I'm just taking it off the market, right? Now, a positive note is that pending sales jumped month over month. So that means that there are some people that are coming out and saying, you know what, it's a good time for me. I'm going to go ahead and buy right now. And so month over month, 34.6% increase. So potentially we could have a February rebound if the rate relief sticks. And what we're seeing is that the rates have come down even further. Let's take a look at what these numbers really look like. So in LA Metro, prices have gone down year over year, just very slightly. So last year, January, it was $820. Now in January 2026, they're $808,000. So just just a little bit month over month. But we're only down 1.5% in all of LA in a really anemic, slow market. So where's these 50% price drops that people have been talking about? And keep in mind, this is after a couple of years of continued increases, even with this slow market. So we're not seeing price drops as much as people thought. Sales volume, though, is going down significantly. Month over month, we dropped 30%, 28.8% less transactional volume in January than we saw in December. That would mean that you would have to be in contract. And in December, people were just not buying houses. Sales year over year volume were down another 4% in LA. That's very significant because the numbers were already so incredibly low, and that's on homes. Now in California, the condo market also down 4% year over year. Prices there have dropped 3.7%, the whole state, obviously. Single-family homes nationwide, prices statewide in California dropped 1.9%. LA Metro, as I mentioned, dropped 1.5%. All right. Orange County also down 1.4%. And also down 24.8% in terms of sales volume. But the point I'm trying to make is that our prices are declining a little bit, but our transactions are falling off of a cliff. At least they have in the last month. They've fallen off a cliff in the last couple of years, with the rates staying this high, even though if inflation concerns have eased, rates have still stayed stubbornly high. They're down a point, and I'll talk about exactly where we are in just a second. They're down a whole percentage point from a year ago, but even still at 6% or over, we still have stubbornly high interest rates for the prices that we have, and that's keeping buyers off on the fence. All right, let's take a look at the statistic as to where we are in terms of these numbers. Okay, look at this chart. This chart tells it all. 2005, we had 130,000 transactions in LA County. Okay, this last year, we had 60, less than half. You'll notice here in 2023, our sales fell off of a cliff. In 2021, we almost reached 100,000 transactions in LA County. Okay, 2021, that was just 4 years ago. Okay, completed 4 years ago. Then the next year, we dropped 20% to right below 80K, about 75,000, and then fell off a cliff to under 60,000 in 2023. Look at how this compares to 2008. 2008 was the Great Recession. Okay, we had a major recession in 2008, fueled by the mortgage collapse. And even then, in 2008, when people couldn't get loans and couldn't qualify, we now have less transactions than in 2008, when it was almost impossible to get a loan. Now it's possible, and actually, as of the rates coming down to 6%, we have 5.5 million more people qualifying for loans that qualify to get a loan with this interest rate than we did a year ago, but they're sitting on the sidelines because the rates are stubbornly high, which keep the payments high, and it's all about payment. So this chart says it all. We've had 3 years of incredibly low sales numbers. It's caused 30% of the realtors in California to find new employment, and it's really decimated the real estate market, the builders market. It's decimated everything that has to do with real estate over the last 3 years. We've seen a lot of people that are thriving businesses, developers, doing a lot of real estate business, and they've been crushed in the last couple of years with their properties sitting. Every month that a property sits on the market, the carry costs eat you up, and they take big chunks out of you, especially here in California. In Florida, I'm not experiencing as much challenges, and I hope I don't. I hope it continues to be good. We'll see shortly. All right, let's take a look here at what's happening. Really big news published just a couple of days ago. So the Florida lawmakers fast-tracked the proposal to eliminate property taxes for homesteads, for people that live in the state of Florida. Okay, it's an amendment, and what it will do is remove a 10-year phase-in to start with 2027, and it will eliminate 35 to 50% of the total bill. It won't eliminate the whole bill because you still got to pay for the school taxes. But it will largely turn off the city and county property taxes on homestead properties starting first of the year next year. Okay, school taxes will still remain 35 to 50% of the total bill. So I was incorrect. It'll eliminate 50 to 65% of the taxes on a homestead property. Okay, so if passed, this could really increase Jacksonville in terms of our market, Jacksonville cash flow, which will hopefully allow people to buy more house and allow more people to get into the market. We're hoping that it will increase prices and bring more people to the market, get Jacksonville to have more of a seller's market than it is right now, where it's mostly a buyer's market. But keep in mind, here's the main thing. This is a proposal. It's not a done deal, and it's only passed the House. It is not passed the Senate. So we'll see exactly what happens coming shortly as they try to fast track this thing through in the state of Florida. But really, really cool measure. Florida has always had no state income tax. And so now they're trying to make it even more affordable for you to live in Florida. Let's take a look at mortgages. All right. Our mortgage rates, as you can tell, we've fallen below 6% for the first time in a long time. A year ago, our rates were 7.08%, and now we are at 5.99%. Last week when I did this, we were at 6.04%, so we dropped 5 basis points since then. We're now finally below 6% on the national average 30-year fixed mortgage rate. The 15-year was at 5.60. We've not moved there. The FHA, the 30-year FHA, was at 5.63%. We are now at 5.62%, so an inch down a little bit. The jumbo was at 6.28. We're at 6.26, so continue to fall a little bit, down 2 basis points. And the 30-year VA is at 5.64. FHA, I had mentioned, the VA was at 5.65 last week. So we're slowly continuing to inch down. And these rates have stayed low, which means that 5.5 million borrowers now qualify a year later for a loan that they did not qualify for last year because of their income, their ratios, whatever. And so if these buyers come to the market, even 10% of them come to the market in this spring and summertime, we're going to see a lot more competition. And the deals that I'm seeing right now, they will not be here. They will not be here when you have 2 to 3 offers. The only reason buyers are so skittish right now about buying is because there's no one competing. These things that I'm hearing, oh, well, now's not the right timing for us. We're going to wait a little bit. That type of talk track does not happen when they've lost out on 2-3 properties and there's multiple buyers on this one. They are, oh my God, I need to get in here or I'll keep losing. Here they feel like they have the world at their hands. They have all the time in the world, but the deals we're getting are absurd, amazing. We just got a 2-year buy down for one of our clients, where in the first year they're paying 2.5%, second year they're paying 3.5%, and the third year through year 30 they're paying 4.5%. Unheard of. You won't find that even a couple of months from now. Plus, they gave them closing cost credits, they gave them free floor, and they get everything. This was from a new builder. The discounts we're getting today, you will not see. If you are thinking about buying, do not wait until the spring or summer. You're going to compete. You're not going to get the deal that you're getting right now. There's a saying in real estate, marry the house, date the rate. The rate you can refinance. The rate you can change later as it continues to fall. You see, it's fallen a whole point. So definitely now is the time. Now is the time. All right. Let's go ahead and stop screen sharing here. All right. Our quote of the week by Nelson Mandela, anti-apartheid leader and former president of South Africa, known for his resilience under pressure. His quote is this: "It always seems impossible." Whoa, voice cracked a little bit there. What's up with that? I'm not in my teens like my son. His voice cracks every week. Maybe he's sympathetic. "It always seems impossible until it's done." By Nelson Mandela. Markets don't flip on your schedule, okay? Your payment seems impossible until you get in there. Payment shock is real and it works with everyone. And then all of a sudden, second, third month, you're like, okay, I can handle this. All right. Buyers and sellers win by doing the boring prep work. Okay. It may seem impossible for you to get into these homes. It may seem impossible for you to get the deals that you want, but if you prepare and get ready, then it gives us the ammunition to get you what you're looking for. But financing, pricing, timing, it seems impossible. The deal seems impossible until we get it done, and we get it done for you. If you're interested in any way if you're not in your dream home, there's no better time. I haven't seen this good of a time to buy a home in 10 years, and that's not a joke. 7 years. 2010 was the best market that I've seen, 2010 and 2011. And we are now even lower sales volume, and I'm getting better deals than we did even back then. All right, this week's takeaway, California started soft, pendings are jumping. They jumped significantly. Let's see what that does, and hopefully spring could move faster than it feels. Florida's property tax plan is huge. Watch for this. You're going to see a lot of migration to Florida. I'm hoping for it. It's a great situation for Jacksonville, where I have do quite a bit of business. Prepare your financing, negotiate your credits. There's really good opportunities out there. Talk to us about those opportunities. Talk to us about your situation. Some people don't want to sell, but they want to buy right now. We have solutions for that. We can help you with this. And move when the math works. Don't move when it's convenient for you. You know, Warren Buffett always said, buy when everyone's selling, sell when everyone's buying. We got a lot of sellers right now, and not a lot of people are buying. Great opportunities for those that want to buy. All right. Share this with someone who's house hunting, thinking about selling. DM me for the free guide. I've been bought a lot of houses. I've put together a book on tips and tricks on how to save tens of thousands to hundreds of thousands of dollars when you buy a home. DM me, send me a message, text me, whatever you want. Email me, roman@parkwayestate.com. I'd be glad to get you that book, no obligation, free of charge. Everyone, thank you very much for tuning in. I really appreciate it. Have a great weekend. This is Roman Shersher, your #1 online resource for buying property. Over and out.